They were newlyweds in paradise. Chris Chun and Bradley Dawson had just begun their lives together, celebrating their honeymoon on Fiji's exclusive Turtle Island. But within 48 hours, paradise turned into a nightmare. Chris was found dead, and Bradley had disappeared. What happened in that secluded villa? This is a story of love, betrayal, and a honeymoon that ended in horror. Chris Chun was everything you'd expect from a beloved community pharmacist: intelligent, compassionate, and respected. At 36, she had built a stable life in Tennessee and was ready for a new chapter. That chapter began with Bradley Dawson. Chris and Bradley met on a dating app in early 2022. She had never been married. He was recently divorced. Friends described their romance as fast and intense. Within a few months, they were married. Despite concerns from loved ones, the couple seemed happy, at least on the outside. For their honeymoon, Chris and Bradley chose Turtle Island, a $3,500 a night private island resort in Fiji. Remote, serene, and exclusive to just 14 couples at a time. The perfect escape, or so it seemed. Description of Turtle Island's opulence and privacy. The couple arrived on July 7, 2022. Staff noted they were affectionate, though some tension was observed. They were assigned Villa Number 2, secluded with a private beach. No prior complaints, no obvious warning signs, until July 9th. On the night of July 9th, everything changed. Guests reported hearing a commotion, muffled shouting, a crash. The next morning, Chris was found dead, and Bradley was gone. A resort housekeeper discovered Chris' body in the bathroom. She had blunt force injuries to the head. Blood was splattered across tiles, towels soaked red. No signs of forced entry. Bradley's belongings, including his phone, were missing. Panic spread. The resort went on lockdown. Authorities launched an island-wide manhunt. Bradley had vanished without a trace until 36 hours later, when he was found in a small village miles away, on foot, alone, and with a story. He used a stolen kayak to escape. Villagers saw a disheveled foreign man and alerted police. He was arrested with his wallet, passport, and wet clothes. His first word to police: "It was an accident." What unfolded next was a meticulous investigation. Autopsy reports, witness interviews, a clearer picture that final night. Autopsy: Chris died from traumatic brain injury. Reports indicate she suffered repeated blows. Neighbors heard shouting before silence. Alcohol found in both their systems. Bradley's story shifted from accident to self-defense, then silence. In January 2023, Bradley Dawson stood trial in Fiji. The courtroom was packed. The world watched. The evidence damning. The motive unclear. The prosecution focused on physical evidence and Bradley's flight. Defense claimed it was a heated accident. No witnesses in the villa, only his version remained. Verdict: guilty of manslaughter. Sentence: life imprisonment, minimum 18 years before parole. Back in the U.S., Chris' family mourned and asked a painful question: how did a honeymoon become a crime scene? What went unseen or ignored? Chris' parents established a scholarship in her name. Public grief and anger, especially around how quickly they married. Domestic violence awareness campaigns used the case as a cautionary tale. International coverage raised concerns about safety abroad. This story isn't just about a crime. It's about what happens when love blinds us, when speed overrides caution, and when the truth waits until it's too late. Recap of the timeline: marriage, honeymoon, murder, arrest, trial. Reminder of Chris' legacy and fragility of trust. Final question: could this have been prevented?